What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we're going to be taking a look at the EZA TEQ JANEMBA here. So I'm a little late to this video. I did take a little mini vacation, and because of that I didn't record anything like prior to it, and just now getting back, so I figured I may as well, at least get the video for this JANEMBA. We're going to do one for the PyCon as well. And just kind of see how they perform, because I actually haven't even tried them out yet. I did their EZA stages, and then that was pretty much the end of it. But let's talk about JANEMBA real quick. So he's a corroded body and mind, 3 key, 180% leader now. He was 170 before, now he's 180, and then he still keeps the extreme class key 3 and 130%. So now on his 12 key, or on his super attack, he stacks attack and then raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. So before he didn't stack attack, so now that he actually does, it's pretty beneficial to kind of keep him in his base form, to kind of like build up the attack for when you're actually going to want to transform him. So basic passive, he gets 180% attack and defense, guards all attacks, 50% damage reduction, and he just unconditionally gives extreme class allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense. Before you had to get orbs in order to give that support. Now he doesn't have to anymore. Now he just gives the support right away. And then if you get 3 or more type key spheres, he gives corroded body and mind or uncontrollable power category characters 30% attack and defense, which is phenomenal. And he launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. And then with 1 or more rainbow key sphere obtained, he gets an extra 150% defense and he has 30% damage reduction. So with 1 rainbow orb, I mean, he goes up to 80% damage reduction. Now here's the problem. With every attack received, he gets 20% attack up to 100%, which is 5 attacks. But he loses 5% damage reduction every time he gets hit with no more than 50%. So if he gets hit 10 times, he loses that 50% damage reduction, but he needs to get hit 5 times to get that extra 20% attack, or that extra 100% attack boost. Now, his transformation condition is actually very easy. It can be activated after the character receives an attack 5 or more times. So he's going to get that full 100% attack buff, and then you can transform him into Super JANEMBA, which on his super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. It's not stacking. It's literally just greatly raising attack and then just raising defense. And then talking about his passive real quick, he gets 200% attack and defense, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to any 1 type of key sphere. Changes key spheres AGL to rainbow, so he's a rainbow orb changer. Guards all attacks and has a high chance of evading enemies' attacks. With 3 or more type key spheres obtained, he gets a 100% attack and defense and launches an additional super guaranteed. With 1 or more rainbow key sphere, he has a chance of evading enemies' attacks by 30%. Before he receives an attack within the turn, he gets 30% damage reduction. After he dodges an attack, he performs a crit temporarily upon the character's next attack. And when attacking with 12 or more key, he gets 250% attack and defense. So, seems to be pretty good. This is the build that I ended up going with. So I went with basically just a full dodge build for him, just so he can get those dodges, and when he gets the dodges, then he gets the crit. So that's kind of why we went with the build that we did. And I gave him 11 additional, just so when we're in base form, he can kind of stack up a little bit of that attack. So we're going to run him on Broly's team, the Uncontrollable Power, Revenge, Planetary Destruction, Movie Bosses, Transformation, Boost Pure Saiyans team, because he is going to get the full 200% leader skill here. Now, unfortunately, there is not a 220% leader skill for him quite yet, but there will be soon, I'm sure. I'm sure we will definitely see one very, very soon. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop your domain. So with his domain up, it's what? Uncontrollable power. And is it extreme class allies, I believe? Get the buff. Let me just double check that real quick. Uncontrollable power gets 15% attack and defense. Increases damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 15%. Plus an additional 10% for characters who also belong in movie heroes. Okay. So we're getting an extra 15% attack and defense here. So we'll put him in slot 2. We got 4 out of 7 links active. Sitting at 390k defense just to kind of start out. Let's give you that. So here we go. We're going to get 3 orbs, 3 type orbs, and we're going to get a rainbow orb. So with us getting all that, we did just actually activate this part. So corroded body and mind or uncontrollable power category characters got an extra 30% attack and defense. You get to launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. And we get an extra 150% defense with 30% more damage reduction. So now we're sitting at 635. We were at 390. So far very good. Let's see what our attack stats are going to be looking like. And we will keep this super EZA JANEMBA. We'll keep him on rotation with the TEQ JANEMBA. Because when he actually comes out, I believe they share all 7 links actually. Yeah, they share 7 out of 7 links together. So it's gonna be very nice for us. Okay, 7.7. So definitely a little bit on the lower end of the attack stats. You know what? It's fine. Like I said, he does stack attack, so we'll just kind of build him up for a little bit and see how we'll see how he ends up looking after he's fully built up. Because he does still need to get hit too. We can't forget about that. He does need to get hit in order to build up. So that's going to be that's kind of like the big thing is, do we want to put him in a position where he's just going to take those hits right away? Because he does get that extra 100% attack, or do we want to kind of prolong it a little bit? Because realistically, after those 5 hits, you lose that 50% damage reduction, which is a pretty big damage reduction just to miss out on. Which, of course, we definitely do not want to do that. So we'll kind of leave him in slot 2 and we'll let him, you know, just kind of build up in slot 2. He'll get hit however many times he gets hit. And we just kind of, you know, just kind of go from there. Okay, so this might actually be okay. Because we can do this. We'll give you this, give you the 1 rainbow orb. We'll give you this, so nice little support. Yeah, 679. So not bad. Didn't really give a whole lot of orbs to you, but it's fine. Dude, this JANEMBA, the super EZA JANEMBA just got like a massive buff from the TEQ one getting his EZA. Because now he's just supporting him basically unconditionally. Just free support from TEQ JANEMBA. Oh, even better. We got another stack in. Definitely love to see that. We'll take that. Okay. So I think we can save the other Broly's we'll save the other Broly's active skill for now. Or domain, I should say. Let's do this. We'll just do it like this. Yeah, we'll end up saving his for now. And we'll see how JANEMBA looks without the domain up. because we were getting an extra 15% attack and defense. So we'll see what kind of numbers we're going to drop down to. But I will say so far, TEQ JANEMBA looks to be pretty okay. We don't have high attack stats or anything. Obviously, we're sitting around, 8 million attack stat right now. But he will build up. We do have to put him in a position where he's actually going to get hit, though. Hopefully, this next turn, there'll be a lot of attacks or something in like the middle slot. Yeah, that's actually a good amount right there. We'll take that. So let's give you that. Okay, so we can get the one rainbow orb. So we can't give the extra support. What are we sitting at? 523. So we're not giving the extra support this time, because we were one like type key sphere short. Does make a little bit of a difference to that JANEMBA, obviously. You can see the attack stat difference. We went from 27 mil to 20. Now, of course, we are also missing out on the domain. Wow, 6.9. Yeah. Actually really good right there. So we did get hit, what, 3 times? So that's what, 60%? So, or that's 60% attack up, I think. I don't remember if he got hit in one of the Goku Black phases or not. We'll have to see on his next, like, go around. You should be fine, I think. Do that, and oh, I meant to get more orbs than that, but whatever. Yeah, I do not remember this Zamasu dodging this much. I feel like when I did this fight, he didn't dodge as much as he is right now. Maybe he did, and I just don't remember, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I am going to be curious to see how many times we've gotten hit already. We should be okay, right? Oh my god. Oh, thank goodness we at least had Broly on this rotation to at least get this revival. Kind of crazy, though, that we would have died right there had this Broly not been on rotation. But at least we got a free revive. Okay. JANEMBA. How many times? We... Oh, yeah, check it here. Okay. So we got hit, what, 4 times, right? No, that's the number of times guards activated. Number of attacks received. Okay. So we only got hit 3 times. So we still need to get hit 2 more times. Okay, let's get the support buff right there. And let's do this. Okay, so this next turn that JANEMBA is going to come around, he will be fully built up. We can get the domain going with the... We can get the domain going with the other Broly as well, so we can get that full, like, attack and defense buff. And then we'll be able to transform. Yeah, now we're at 12.5. That's a pretty big jump, you know, from getting hit 3 times. Okay, so it's 80% and fully built up now. Now he's at 100%. Yeah, so here's what we'll do. This next turn, we'll pop the domain with the other Broly. So we'll get that going. And then we'll be able to get the JANEMBA out. So let's go ahead and pop your domain. We'll pop the active skill with the TEQ Broly as well. That way we can just get through this Zamasu now. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so let's give you that. Give you that, and yours doesn't really matter. Okay, so yeah, this next turn is going to be really good for us. Because again, with us having the int JANEMBA on rotation, we're going to have full 7 out of 7 links active with the transformed JANEMBA. Okay. So just out of curiosity, where were we sitting at? 345. Okay. So we do have the full, we did get hit 5 times, so we did get the extra 100% attack. So let's go ahead and transform you now. So now that we're transformed, we have all 7 out of 7 links active. You may want to leave it like this, actually. Well, let me see. Because in this form, so he's got a... Okay, so he's got to dodge in order to do his crits. So, I mean, we could theoretically put him in slot 1, but then the problem is this guy, he needs to be a slot 1 or a slot 3 unit in order to get that extra dodge and then give that extra 40% defense to all allies. So let's just do this. We will leave him in slot 1 like this. What is it you do? Okay, so you don't need any special orbs or anything, so we'll just give you the... I didn't mean to give you all of those, but you need... See, 3 or more type key spheres and then 1 rainbow key sphere. So here we go. We'll get these right here. That'll give us all 3 types and a rainbow. So right here, where are we sitting at? 500k. Okay, 508. Okay, so 200% attack and defense. We did the rainbow orb changing, the 1 type key sphere change. We're gonna guard all attacks, high chance to dodge, extra 100% attack and defense, guaranteed additional super, chance of evading enemies' attacks by 30%. Before we get hit, we get an extra 30% damage reduction. Then after we dodge, the next time we will have crits, and we're getting an extra 250% attack and defense because we're going to be at 12 key. So seems to be pretty good. Here's what I'm going to actually do. I'm going to pop this Ghost Usher just because of the very, very end there. I just don't really trust Wuhan to not die. So I just want to see like what the attacks are going to look like here. 46 million? Whoa. Whoa. 49 mil? Dude, what? I'm sorry, I didn't know JANEMBA was like that. Dude, that is insanity. That's actually really good. Oh my god. I was not at all expecting that. I will say that. I was not expecting to see that kind of attack stat from him. I thought it was going to be, you know, like decently high, but man, I was not expecting what I just saw. Yeah, I definitely need to see, I need to see another turn out of him at least. Next turn, we got a full, literal full JANEMBA lineup. Now, the only thing is because we did not dodge anything, we don't have a guaranteed crit, but we're going to put him in slot 1. I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put him in slot 1 so he can get the chance to dodge. And when he does that, then we should be able to crit on our attacking turn. I believe if that's how it's reading, then yeah, we should be able to dodge, or we should be able to dodge, and then on our, when we attack, we should be able to crit. I will keep him on rotation with the Int JANEMBA, just because he does get the full 7 out of 7 links. So yeah, it kind of sucks because we get metamorphosis. Well, yeah, because there's no links active here, but then we activate metamorphosis and recover some HP like that. Man. Dude, look at the difference. I mean, you put them together, and this JANEMBA just, he gets such a massive attack buff from having this JANEMBA linked up with him. We try to do for, we'll just try to go for one more turn. How about that? We'll do that. Let's give you all of this. Get the nice, like, full buff there. We'll give you all of that. It's a nice full recovery. So we are getting the extra 40% defense from Int JANEMBA from being in slot 1. Yeah, I don't think our attack is gonna go up anymore because we're not stacking attack anymore. So I think we're gonna be sitting right around that high 40s, high 40 mil attack stat. Nice dodging. Oh no, we lost the domain too. I forgot about that. So we don't have the domain up anymore. Now we're only at high 30s. I mean, we're still hitting into the 40 million, so it's not bad. And plus the thing is you can still stack up more attack with the TEQ JANEMBA in his base form before you transform him. We just did it like right away. So we just got hit 5 times and then immediately transformed. Whereas if you're in like a longer fight scenario, you will get the chance to build up a little bit longer than I did. Because there's obviously different fights. I just picked this one, you know, just to test him out, see how he would do. But yeah, I think we should be able to get one more turn and get that TEQ JANEMBA out so we can get his, make sure we get that crit out of him. Man. I really want to give like all of these orbs to the Buhan at the end there, but I usually like that. I think we should be okay. I guess I probably could have just popped our last Ghost Usher, to be honest. That probably would have been fine if I would have done that, but whatever. Hopefully Buhan will just survive at the end. If he doesn't, I mean, we did get to see a pretty decent run out of TEQ JANEMBA. You know, I mean, he has pretty good attack stats, you know, in the upper 40 mils. almost 50 mil with the domain up. And that is also, of course, without the fact that we had we didn't fully like stack them up either. Like we did build them up, like the full build up, but we could have kept going with the amount of times we could have stacked them. But yeah, JANEMBA seems pretty good. I do love the like unconditional support that he now gives instead of having to actually get all of the orbs. I will say that was one of the most annoying things, was having to get all those orbs first. But yeah, 7 out of 7 links. I mean, defensively, this is what we're sitting at. We're not going to see much more out of him defensively than this. So let's just give, you know what? Let's just put you in slot 1. So it's going to be the last turn anyway. We'll give you the rainbow orb. We'll give you the 3 type orbs so you can get your full everything. So we're sitting at 402. And we'll just give you that. All right, let's get a dodge in there. Beautiful. Okay, we should crit here. 38.5 mil. We should crit. Let me see that crit. Yep, there it is. Yep, so the guaranteed crit after you dodge. The only thing is like, I'd say the only problem is the fact that the JANEMBA also needs to be in like slot 1 to dodge, to build up. So it's like, ugh, and he gives support in slot 1 or slot 3, but you want this JANEMBA to also dodge? Like it's a weird way to like, how we have to run these units, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'd say either way, he still looks really good. I'm very impressed with the JANEMBA. I think they did a really good job with them. And I'm pretty sure he has obviously nothing to do with like tournament participants, but the fact that PyCon got his EZA because he is a tournament participants character, and then, you know, like this character just needed to get his EZA anyway. So it was like a good thing to just throw him in there, throw him in with the PyCon, and just get it all done and over with now. So I'm happy to see them finally get their EZAs. I've been wondering when they would do it because they are a movie hero, movie bosses, like support units, essentially. And it was just kind of like a when, you know, we've had plenty of times where you would have thought that they would EZA them and then they just never did. So the fact that they finally did is good. They didn't EZA him too early and make him like not runnable, which is what I was kind of fearing a little bit as well if they EZA too early. But yeah, they EZA'd him at a perfect time. And they did exactly what they should have. They gave him the ability to stack up in base form while still supporting in base. The only thing I will say that I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand why they did it, is like him losing the damage reduction. I'm not super huge on that, but I understand why, because having like 80% damage reduction would be just absolutely ridiculous. I guess we can just get another turn. We're already here, so if we get another turn out of him, cool. If not, you know, it is what it is. We got to see a good amount of him in this run, so. Oh yeah, JANEMBA is still him. That super EZA they gave him, still good. But also, we should get a crit with TEQ JANEMBA because we did dodge. So we should immediately crit. Right? Let's find out. Yep. Beautiful. Yep. So we got to see exactly what he did. Yes, guaranteed crit. I mean, I guess you could go a little bit more crit on him as well. I might actually do that. I might actually go a little bit more crit on him. I know he's got the one guaranteed crit, but that's only just one attack is guaranteed. The other ones are not guaranteed at all. He has no other crit in his passive. So it's like he either crit when he dodges or he literally just does not crit whatsoever. Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to kind of call it there. I mean, we did get to see a really good showing out of him. So definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the EZA for the TEQ Super JANEMBA. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe as well. And also be on the lookout for my PyCon video as well. That should be dropping same day as this one. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Brother Russia, the whale of whales, rainbow everything, buying all the sales. In Dokkan battle, I reign supreme. 10K stones, it's not a dream.